My plan today is to draw a bit on my sketchbook again, traditionally, because I need so much training on it. I am going to paint with this today, with my sketchbook. This is the sketchbook I show in all my last videos, because it's the sketchbook I use for the videos actually, but I have much more. Well, I sometimes have shown some travel sketchbook too, I think, but I have many sketchbooks, but I usually show it on my videos. Actually, I haven't used still most of them. I'm going to try something new for me. I mean, it's like super common in every artist but me, which is to fill 2 pages with the same drawing. Something that I usually, no, not usually, I have never done in my life. But I want to try it this time. I want to draw her filling the 2 sheets, filling the 2 faces. I know a lot of artists do it usually, but it's my first time in my life. It's not something that I like to do, and it will be a challenge for me again, because I love the challenges and to try new things. I know it's not as incredible as it sounds, but for me it is, okay. But first, a bit summary. The spring has passed. Even the summer almost has passed. And I haven't posted a video since a long time. So, what I was doing last month? I was hanging out with friends, as usually, and this is me without makeup. Spring was super awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. Lot of time in the forest and in the mountain, as I like. I even celebrated the Easter that time. This is rice with milk with coconut. Coconut was a surprise for me. Fascinating discovery. Even delicious sweets from my mother, which cooks incredible well. I know it's the typical thing said by everybody about their mother, but it's totally true. Don't need to exaggerate at all. I went with a friend and ate a croissant for the first time since many years actually, and inside it's like that. The one of my friends was of coffee. This time it's a sponge cake of strawberry. I liked it as much as I went back other day and tried the one with cream inside. I was super curious about it, and wow, it was incredible too. Look at this. This time I want to draw my OC, which is a fairy. It's a fairy I created for the Inktober for 2 years ago. Well, here I have the illustrations that I did on that time for the Inktober. I did like 15 or 16. For me, a record. This is the second time I tried to do it, and the first time was several years ago, and I got to do just like 5 drawings, but I have to say they were super worked, which wasn't practical at all to can complete it. Well, I really liked the character. Although I created it so casual, I really liked it. And when I see the illustration nowadays, it's like, this was the first day, and this is the second day. Day by day, the quality was worse, I think, because I was tired. Well, I began with a lot of motivation, and then but I got to do 15 or 16, which is totally a record for me. Well, at that time, I knew perfectly it has a lot of mistakes in anatomy and other things. But nowadays, it's even worse. It's like, oh my, what is this? Anyway, poor face. Look at the face. It's totally different of what I have in my head nowadays when I think about her. I painted it with watercolors. I actually did almost all the illustrations for Inktober with watercolors, with alcohol markers for someone, but the rest with watercolors. So first of all, I did some sketches of favorites and especially of my OC on one of my sketchbooks, a tiny one. And I'm in love with this sketchbook, I gotta say. This is not art creation this time, actually. It's one of Canson for a sketch, but I used it with alcohol markers and acrylic markers, and it works especially well with it. Not the perfect sketchbook for these techniques, but it works very, very well, pretty well. And our creation have the pages with a yellowish tone, and this sketchbook have the white tone that I like. So first of all, I drew Tinkerbell to practice from a fan art actually I found on Pinterest. I liked the pose and the perspective, and I copied it just to practice, because excepting that time I drew my OC, I have never drawn a fairy in my life. So I wanted to practice a bit with a good reference. And then I drew my OC as I remember she was. I didn't see the illustration I did because I wanted to do what I have on my mind at that time after 2 years. And it's surprising how different she looks actually. Wow, the sketches have many mistakes too, I know. As I said, I painted it with alcohol markers and acrylic markers and a bit of ink and some gel pen and a bit of colored pencils too. Just what I planned to do with the illustration too, with the final illustration. For the final drawing, I have a pose on my mind and I wanted to draw it right. So I decided to become the model of the drawing, because on Pinterest and on internet in general, I couldn't find exactly the pose I wanted. So the best way to get it is to do it by yourself, of course. And by this way, it's more mine. It's more creative in some way. It's something I do more by myself, which is something I love. And honestly, sometimes I think I pose better than I draw. Well, so I'm going to paint it with markers, alcohol markers and also acrylic markers, because I wanted to use it again so much. Great. I am a bit strange because I never began for the first page to draw. Never. I choose the pages randomly. It's time to show more OCs with mine, because I have a lot, but I never show them, and I will never show some of them for a long time. But for now, step by step, I am showing a bit of them. I am going to use this sketchbook, art creation. And the pages are useful for watercolors, alcohol markers, acrylic markers, a bit for colored pencils, for ink on a pen, I mean. If it's ink with a brush, not too wet, like the watercolors, okay? This will be my sketch or my traditional practice of today. So then I will do something in digital too, digitally, with my iPad or something like that. But for now, markers. This is the drawing, the sketch with an orange mechanical pencil, because I love that color. And the lines are softer. But I have to say the colored leads actually are harder to erase. The black leads are easier to be erased, which is peculiar. I think it's because of the material. But yes, anyway, I love to draw with colored mechanical pencils, with colored leads, I mean, because the mechanical pencil can be of one color and the lead of another color. I especially like the orange, but I also like the pink and even the purple. Even blue is good, especially for some things related to the technical way, specifically, but my favorite one to use is orange. This is a pen high-tech brand, which is another one I use because the lid are so narrow, so tight. I used this ink pen, Chinese ink pen, which is of Micron, Sakura Micron. It's very popular. And this time I used the brown color because I wanted the liner to be softer, related to the color of the fairy itself. I also used the black Sakura Micron for the tattoos. The tattoos are a bit random. I just thought about the shapes I thought would be cool for the design of the fairy, for her design. And this is how she looks for now with the line art. And then I painted it, it became empty. So I had to stop and to buy another one. You can see the design of this pro marker is an old design, and suddenly I'm using the new design, the design of nowadays of the Pro Marker brand. And I continued. When I'm using Pro Markers, I usually use the blush tone for the skin. I know the blush tone is for the blush, but in Pro Marker specifically, I like to use the blush tone. I don't do the same with other brands, but I have that habit with Pro Marker specifically. And here you can see how my camera falls. Let's continue. I am painting again on the zones that will have shadows to create this effect of a bit soft shadow. I love this because it's brush marker, which has this brush on the lid. And I love the effect. And you can have more precision painting also with this kind of lids too, but it's a bit more expensive than the common markers. I didn't do the line art of the hair because I planned to do the line art later with a colored pencil in brown, for example, for the hair to create another effect, but well. I tried to choose similar colors to the illustration I did for the Inktober that time, but I don't mind if I had to change a bit of them for new tones, not the colors, but tones that I thought nowadays would be better to my taste and to the new design of the character. Well, it's probably my favorite ink pen of all the times. Actually, when I knew it, I was searching for Copic multi-liner, a liner that I want to have since long time ago and I still haven't used in my life. But even though I couldn't find the Copic multi-liner, I found this and I was in love at the moment, so I didn't miss the multi-liners at all since then, and it became my favorite ink pen ever. Winsor & Newton ink pen. I actually chose a name for her that I liked it so much when I was on the process of it, and I liked it a lot because it was a name on the language of the fairies. And you will wonder, what is the language of the fairies? One that I created, okay? And anyway, I am so sad because I forgot it. I decided to don't write it because I thought I will remember it, because I usually remember many things. I usually remember most of the things, so I thought I will remember it for a long time, and even that I could write it later when I finish what I was doing at that moment, but I had a bit stressful weeks and I didn't remember it as I thought, and I forgot it. Totally forgot it, and I would wish I had written it. And I don't remember at all the name I chose, and I liked it so much because of the language of the fairies and because of the sound, the phonetic of the name. I thought it fits perfect with her. I hope I will remember it again, but I think I haven't think about it so much too because of the frustration. Maybe if I think stronger of it, I can remember it, I don't know. So she has a name, but I don't remember it, but it's a very cool name in the language of the fairies. Okay, you have to believe me. I'm going to use the acrylic markers, of course, of RTX. You can see how pretty they look, how prettiness. And this is my color card, my new color card. I begin to make the color card of the acrylic markers, but I still have to do the color card of all the rest of my tools on that notebook. They are awesome, and they have the brush lid I love so much. Well, I wanted to draw her on a forest, on the deepness of a forest, but I didn't know so much how to do that effect because when I drew her, I just thought about the character and the elements around her, like the mushroom or the bees, and details around her, but how to do the background. Honestly, on this point, I became a bit frustrated because I thought I have ruined the background. I changed the color again with a darker color of the marker of that green, and I thought it was a mistake, but it was so late to change it again because as it's done with a marker, it's difficult to repair it. So I tried to do it with colored pencils, but as I have said on other videos of my channel, colored pencils doesn't work so well on this kind of paper of this sketchbook of art creation. There are many tools that work so well here, but not colored pencils. So I became even more frustrated then. I am so stubborn, so I kept trying and painting to make it look better. But I finally had to say stop. I am so stubborn, but I became so frustrated, so I had to stop and went for a walk and take that. This is cookies with apple cream inside. They are super delicious. They are a bit tiny, but super delicious. So I will try to repair it maybe now and then, but first of all, and then I will try to finish it, definitely. I'm sorry because I don't have the light box here, so the light is a bit weird and a bit dark, but this is apple cream. I was working on it more with the camera turned off because I couldn't film at that time, and I keep painting and trying to resolve the things that I didn't like. Again and again for a long time. I don't like so much the results, to tell the truth. Well, I didn't like the process, and the result wasn't satisfying me at all. So I became so frustrated, as I said, and well, I went for a walk, but then I continued painting it and trying to resolve the things that I didn't like. And I couldn't film at that time because of the memory of the camera, and I wasn't filming, but I advanced it with the illustration because it's not a sketch, it's almost an illustration right now. And I continued and keeping resolving it, painting and painting again, super focused, a bit obsessed, I have to say. I want to take care of my drawings a lot, so if I don't like the result of something, I keep on to try to resolve it to become satisfied. But well, so I didn't take video of the process. I am sorry. That was a bit trying and trying again and using acrylic markers to correct things. I don't know. And I am not still as satisfied as I should. I like it a bit more, but I will finish it right now. This time, yes, filming it. And well, let's see what the result is. I don't know. It's like it needs more contrast, or I don't know. But I will try it. I'm going to finish it for sure. So I'll do my best. Well, I decided to continue, to finish it finally, definitely. And well, while I was painting, I became to like it more and more, so great. I became so tired because it took more time than I expected, so it doesn't help to my mood. Together with the point of that I was a bit frustrated with the result of the background. But well, I became to like it more and more, as usually happens to me when I have a conflict with the drawing I'm doing. I work and work and work, and it's like I don't want to abandon it with that mood, with that feeling. I want to fight for my drawings to become pretty, to become as I want, or to become satisfying for me. And I do it for me and also for my creations. I do it for me, for my self-esteem, also for my creations, because I don't want to abandon them. I want to fight for them and to shine as I know they can shine. At that time, what I did, because I am not so good taking challenges like Inktober or things that involves that you have to draw every day or something like that during a long period. And I don't feel so comfortable doing that, but I wanted to take it as a challenge because, as you know, I love challenges, if you follow me, I mean. And as it's a bit bored for me because you have to take a routine every day and following a list, which is not always necessary, but you know, it's a part of the challenge. I decided to mix from 3 to 4 lists to create different things every day to do it funnier. And that day, the topic of the 3 lists was fairy, tattoos and sweets. I loved the combination and I created my OC. I combined fairy with tattoos and sweets, and actually on the illustration she appears with a sweet, with some sweets actually on her hands. Anyway, I am very fond on all my illustrations of that time, and I wanted so much to draw an illustration of this OC of me since a long time ago, so I decided to do it right now because I don't know, I felt inspired to do it. Well, but I finally liked it. I am very fond of it. I fight not with the drawing, but with myself a lot. With myself, yes. But it was so satisfying at the end. It was a beautiful fight. I learned a lot and I finally liked the result. I am very happy. I'm very happy with the drawing and even with me. And with my improvement doing it. It was great. I love it. This was the result. So I hope you enjoyed the process. It has been a while since I don't do worked traditional illustration. I think I miss it a bit. I am so happy, but I wanted to do a brief drawing and finally I did like a bit more complex illustration. A bit more. I wanted it to take me just a few time, not too much. Well, you always take a time drawing because drawing and painting is not a brief process, usually, at least. But I am happy. I just followed what I wanted to do, which was to put more attention and work on my drawing this time, so I am happy. And it's great because the sketchbook is useful for any kind of drawings, no matter if you want to work it a lot or if you want to do a brief drawing and even silly things. So sometimes it's great to have more worked illustrations on the sketchbook, right? I wanted to bring more love, more attention to my character this time, and I want to do this kind of drawings more. I mean, to use 2 faces for 1 illustration. It was funny. Day by day, I know myself better in my way as an artist, which is great. So I love this challenge so much. I am so happy. Well, challenge. I say challenge, but it's not a challenge. It's something very common with the artists, but not for me. Not for me. I am very new in some things. Well, I watch other artists doing things, and when I watch them, I think I want to do the same. So I take ideas for challenges. For me, are challenges what are common things. Okay, I know. I am very stubborn with my own way, but I like the challenges, so this is the good point. I like this sketchbook. When I finished it, I will do a sketchbook too. This is a kind of video I want to do so much. As I am using every time this for the videos, almost every time, I think I will feel and complete it so soon, relatively soon. Very soon. And then I will do for sure a sketchbook tour. And as this video was the first part of a longer vlog originally, actually, I didn't feel the goodbye for this. So, bye bye!